Hey, what's up, guys? It's Benji here and Anthony, and today on the bar we're going to be reviewing
Don't Breathe, directed by Fede Alvarez. It just came out this weekend. You might know him from Evil Dead, the latest version of Evil Dead.
Very good movie as well. Just a heads up, guys, this will be a spoiler review, so this is going to cover a couple parts, but we won't spoil too much. I thought you guys could go check it out because I do recommend checking out this movie.
It's a great movie.
So let's talk about the cast. The good thing...
I love Rocky, which is the main girl that you kind of follow throughout this like thriller. Her name is Jane Levy, obviously. She's from Evil Dead as well, but I know her from Supergatory, which is a comedy on ABC about 2 years ago. Really loved her in that.
Yeah, and there was a couple. The good thing is, like you were saying earlier when we were talking, the cast is very small. I think it's only 4 characters actually.
Pretty much,
Big characters, you know. There's a little minor characters here, but there's another one which is kind of her boyfriend, which is Money by Daniel Zavato, I believe.
Funny name, yeah. Money and Alex, right, which is the good guy, Dylan Minnette, which we just saw recently in our Prisoners review.
He was the son of what's his name? Hugh Jackman. He was the son in that, so he didn't come out a lot in the movie, but in this movie, I think he did a great job overall. And of course, we have
growing as an actor.
Yeah, exactly. We have the main protagonist, the blind man, which is
that's what it's credited as, blind man.
Oh, okay, blind man. Yeah, so
he has a name, but mostly everybody knows him as blind man.
It's Stephen Lang. He came out in Avatar. He was the one in the fighter suit.
Yeah, he was excellent in Avatar.
I don't like that movie, by the way.
You don't?
I don't like Avatar. Besides that, all right. So let's talk about a little bit about the plot. So it starts off with Rocky. And Alex and Money actually robbing a rich person's house.
Right. Alex has his father does like a surveillance or security cams for the local neighborhood, and they kind of do like petty theft, but they're not getting a lot of money from the people that they're trading these goods in for. So they get tipped off that there's this man who got a settlement because his daughter was in an accident.
They ran her over, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, she died. So they say this guy has about $300,000 in the house, and so they say let's do this.
Which Alex isn't really into it. He doesn't want to do it just because, you know, it's a little bit harder. You know, it seems wrong to him. He knows something's not right. You know.
Well,
but the reason Rocky's doing this is because of his sister, I believe.
She wants to take her sister away from her.
They didn't really say if it was.
I thought it was a daughter in the beginning, but then it's more like you find out it's her sister.
Yeah. So you know, she lives in a crappy environment in Detroit. You know, in like a trailer house.
She has a crappy mom, and her boyfriend's like low life.
Yeah, they go through so many scenes. Like there was an emotional scene between her and Alex when they were scoping out the blind man's house, where she has a ladybug tattooed on her hand.
That's right.
And you know, you find out that the mom actually put her in the trunk to punish her because the dad left, and she would cry, so they would do that.
Yeah,
and that's when she found the ladybug, and that's what kind of like brought it back to her.
It's an interesting.
So it's a lot of emotions, but at the same time, you kind of think like, wait, they're robbing somebody. You know, so
you don't know what to think. Like, which side should I be on? Right?
Exactly, because you know you want to get it out of the which I think that's kind of like they're kind of good people because Rocky's doing this to get away from all the environment, but at the same time you're robbing a blind guy. You know, they were surveilling it. They found him like walking. They want to do that. But the one thing that I kind of questioned was they know he's a veteran. I think from Vietnam, correct?
No, from Iraq.
Yeah, from the Iraq War. So it's something like why would you want to rob a
I actually
veteran?
Thought the same thing. Like, why? Like, be careful who you mess with. Why would you screw around with someone that you know? First of all, he's buff. He's a buff old man. He may be blind, but this man looks like he could kick your butt. So, they get into the house.
Well, before they get into the house, you know, they have a dog, which the dog is a big part of this movie.
Right.
They put him to sleep. You know, they try to break in. They can't.
They feed him something with like a tranquilizer.
Yeah, kind of like a tranquilizer. Put him to sleep. They break in. You know, they take off their shoes, which I guess to not make noise. I'm not really sure.
I think that's what I thought too. But one of the things I want to talk about is like the way that it was shot, how the camera just kind of zooms in through the rooms, and there's a scene where it goes underneath the bed and you see the gun.
Yeah.
So they're kind of establishing the fact that let me show you what's inside this house. And when that was happening, I started like thinking, okay, pay attention to things that you think are not important, but will be important later.
I agree. Yeah,
like the piece of glass on the floor that they broke,
the axe on the wall, and they use all of these parts. Yeah. All of these items are used throughout the movie. Something that like when I was watching it, because I was going to go watch it with someone, they mentioned to me how it looked like a video game. It was something where you would walk in and like you would go cut corners and you're kind of like sneaking through. So the camera shots were very beautifully shot in these movies.
Right.
It was very thriller-esque, you know, like kind of like that fear of like, is something behind this wall? Is there something gonna pop up? You know, I think that was really cool. You know, it goes to a point where once they think they put the blind man to sleep with the liquid,
The gas, yeah.
he comes out, you know, he grabs money because he's the only one that makes noise. He's trying not to make sure that no one's there, and then he shoots him in the mouth. And that scene,
The scene, that was a pivotal scene for me. I felt like once this happened, I was like, wait, all bets are off. I did not know where this movie was going to go from there on. I didn't know it was going to become this intense.
Yeah, because
I thought it was going to be just a fluff, end of the summer kind of, you know, movie where you're just like, oh, let's just put our brain at the door and have fun. But no, this movie makes you think, and that's what I like about this movie is that, yeah, you mentioned the gaming aspect, but there's also like, why are we rooting for Rocky? Why is Alex trying to be the boyfriend that he wants to, you know, make himself to be a better person? And then you have crappy Money, which funny enough his name is Money, but just it was a small cast and you believed them. I actually believe that their acting was really
yeah, it was really good. Yeah, like so they kill Money, they go into it, they find the actual money in the safe, and it's more than 300K. It's almost $1 million.
Right.
And then they kind of they remembered a scene where they need to go downstairs and there's like a way out, and that's where everything goes crazy.
Right.
That's when they go into a room and this girl's tied up. And
yeah,
like,
and see, for me, that's like how many layers does this movie have?
Now, I don't want to spoil that part, so I do want to go and tell you guys, go watch it to find out who that is. But that scene was insane to me because that's where it takes a twist. Everything gets crazier, and then when my favorite part of the movie is when he turns off the lights. Because I personally believe they did film it. I do want to do a little bit more research on that, but it looked like they filmed it in the dark because they did look like they were walking around not knowing where it was at. Which, if they did, it would be pretty cool to do that. Sorry, I didn't do enough research to find that out, but it was such a good scene that I loved how they walked around and they didn't. In the trailer, I remember I heard him say, "Oh, now you'll see what I see."
Right.
But here he didn't say that, which in my mind it was constantly like, oh, now they're feeling how he feels, And like even the jump scares weren't too bad, but you kind of, it was crazy how he grabbed him by the neck. He knew where he was at. And I don't know if you noticed, but he put stuff around to know where he was going.
Exactly.
So he put the fan to push it around.
Mm-hmm.
He touched the walls. He knew exactly where he was going. And the best part was when she's walking and you just slowly see his body, like, just standing there in the corner. I don't know if you remember that.
That's very reminiscent of Halloween, the whole Jimmy Lee Curtis and the shape coming up behind her. I really like that. This is a thinking man's movie. It's not, like I said, I thought this was going to be just like a fun end of summer thing, but no, that scene when the lights go out actually really...
Yeah, he disappeared. Like, as the camera pans away, he slowly just disappears and he's gone. So it gives you that suspense of like, where'd he go? Where is he? And you feel like you're in the dark too.
I actually held my breath. There were, like it says, don't breathe, but I actually held my breath.
People were screaming in the theater like that. Yeah, that was the crazy part. Like, people really got scared. It was fun. Movie. And personally, when I went in this movie, like you said, like I didn't think it was gonna be good. I think it was kind of cheesy, to be honest, like trailers and stuff.
Yeah, I actually had to convince you to see this movie. Remember?
Yeah, and it was something where like I really didn't think it was gonna be this good.
I'm glad that it turned out better than
exactly. So like a couple people died in the movie. Of course, there's only 4 characters, so some people did die. But I felt the one part that kind of turned me off, which my girlfriend brought it to my attention. Rocky was so slow. It was in the sense of like she took her sweet time in certain parts, and it was something where like, dude, run! Like, why are you waiting? Why are you like doing all of these scenes? Like when she gets out of the house and it's like, you're nothing.
Yes.
It's like, do you remember she has a dog? Like, come on.
Actually, for me, if the movie would have ended at that moment, it would have been perfect for me. Like I was like, you know what? I got my money's worth. I had much better time than I thought I was gonna have. But then it continues to other scenes that we're not going to talk about because we don't want to ruin the ending too much for you. You should definitely check out this movie.
I think the reason they kind of went into like that car scene was because they wanted to kind of advertise the dog as a character. That dog was amazing. He was responsive. He protected his owner. Which that's the crazy thing to me. The reason that this movie is so brought my attention is I didn't know who to root for. I didn't know who was the good guy or bad guy, and it's because of these twists that happen in the movie that's why we recommend that. But it's something where I just didn't know, like, Rocky was trying to get her sister away from it, so you kind of get that vibe. But it's not her money. Exactly, I agree with that. Yeah,
and it goes back to like, be careful who you mess with. Why are you going to someone's house to take something that's not yours? Yeah, you want to make a better life for yourself. Yeah, you're hanging out with a deadbeat boyfriend named Money, and you have this new guy named Alex, which, by the way, that whole bad boyfriend, good boyfriend thing. I don't know. It's kind of getting a little old in movies sometimes.
It was good. Like I think Alex played it pretty well. Like
He did.
you know,
He
he
did a
could
good
run
job.
away at one point. He decided not to,
Coming back and
which
saved her.
you know. But yeah, like it was overall. I think that was a good scene. But like you said, you know, be careful what you mess with. Another thing I wanted to say was, it's a lonely house in a street of abandoned
Right.
40 mansions. Right there and then I would question it. Like, wait. No, why would I want to do this? Like, I don't trust this at all.
I wouldn't go on this adventure.
But then
I don't
again-
care how much money it is.
But then again, we're not put in that situation. We don't know how Rocky felt. Like, maybe this was her way out kind
Right.
of thing, you know?
Right.
But yeah, like I said, like the movie was really good. The ending was very awesome. I feel like that's what really captured my essence of the movie. But what was your grade on this movie?
I gave it an 8 out of 10 because I had a lot of fun. I thought that I was just gonna be like, oh, it's not that bad. I love jump scares. I like to be scared in movies. I like to be taken on an adventure. I wouldn't steal $300,000 from someone, but yeah, I gave it an 8.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'd give it an 8 as well. Just because, like I said, there was just certain scenes that I was just like, run, like you're not ready. But maybe that's the suspense part of it. Maybe, you know, maybe she's so over it that's why she didn't run. But overall, I give it an 8 out of 10. I do recommend going to watch it. I don't like jump scares, but I didn't feel like it was too crazy. I feel like it's a great film because it's a horror film, but it's a thriller, and that's what I love about
And
it.
it makes you think.
A lot of horror movies nowadays just don't seem to be scary. They just kind of seem very plain.
I do want to mention one a little. I don't know. There was a movie that came out a while back called Panic Room with Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
This kind of reminded me a little bit about Panic Room. I don't know if you feel that way.
I've seen it. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but yeah, no, I do feel that. Like it's something where it's a horror film, but it's a thriller which captures your attention. The one thing about me is the stories, like they have to be original, and this was
Right.
original.
This is a very good movie.
very
Yeah.
original movie, even though it had that ambience of panic in a small place.
Right.
It had that originality of what's going on. You know, I've never seen a blind man. You know.
No, I
that
love when
crazy-
they zoomed in on his face.
Yeah, like when before we go, the one scene I loved was at the end when he died. Like when he goes down and he goes dark, you see just the eyeballs, like the little glare on that. That was a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
But you know, like
well shot film.
but remember, guys, like I recommend it. Please go and watch this movie. Hey guys, it's Benjamin Anthony here, and thank you again for joining us at the bar for the Don't Breathe review.
Check us out this Wednesday where we'll be premiering a new segment called
What to Watch Wednesdays. It's a different type of program that we're going to try where it's a little bit more catered to you guys. So we actually got a suggestion from you guys to view
Imitation Game, a film that came out in 2014. It's really good about World War II, the Nazis, codes, and just all around great film.
Yeah, it was suggested by Leo, one of our subscribers, so that's pretty cool. So hopefully you guys can join us there. It's going to be a good review. So remember guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.
See you.